Hello again. You are in a Direct2d C programming playlist in YouTube. Okay. So, and that's the fourth video. In the first video, in this video, we'll see how to handle the window messages. In the first video of this video series, we have seen how to create the project for C++ game. So we changed something here to be fit with C++ game. And in the second video, we have explained winMain entry point function. And in the third video, we have seen how to create a window. And we have said that when we compile, so our window is totally frozen. That's because we need to handle window messages. We want to link our external devices, mouse and keyboard and other things, with our application. So here we want to replace this loop here. We want to handle the messages, okay. And that's what we will cover in this video. So let's go to this tutorial, to this sub chapter here. So window message handling. The window message is the linking of external devices, keyboard and mouse and other things, with the application window. Here, for example, that's a window. That's a window here. So, for example, if I click here in this simple arrow here, I see this window. So here, what I do, I just click in the mouse. So how telling the program that I'm telling that I'm clicking the mouse? That's the message handling. So I link what I do with my mouse with my window. That's what mean. Generally, that's what mean message handling. So to handle window message, we must first create our message structure, data structure. So uMsg. The first thing to do now is to listen to the new messages using the function PeekMessage. So when a window is open like that, on the top is open on the top. So when I do anything with my mouse or keyboard, I get this message using the function PeekMessage. Notice that there is another function called GetMessage, but in games we use PeekMessage instead. So now to send so here we listen, we get the message. Now to send our message, we must translate the message from virtual key to char keys using the function TranslateMessage, and then we dispatch the message using the function DispatchMessage to the window proc function we have already created. So that means that inside this loop, in each time there is a new message, we send it to this function here. Okay, this function we have created in the third video of this playlist. Okay, so here there is an example. I will explain it by this example here. And since we keep listening, translating and dispatching messages, we must put them in the same loop, which usually called the application main loop, this loop here. So let's put this code inside our code. So we erase this loop here. So now if I compile, if I build my application, so now we can move, we can do everything with our window. Okay. So the other things, so some messages. So here, let me explain. Here, that's the data structure message. Here, so that's a while loop. So this application keep running because that's a while loop, while true. That's infinite loop, and in each time I pick the message, so I put this message here. If there is a new message, so I listen when this window is in focus mode on the top, I mean. So this and this, let them just always 0, and this here remove. What's that mean? That mean when I get a new message, I use it here and I remove it, because that's a queue of, we have a queue of messages. We remove this new message, okay, from our queue, and then I translate this message, and then I dispatch this message. So I send this message to this window. Okay. So there is there is thousands of messages here. For example, WM window message left button down. This message sent when we press a mouse left button. WM left button up. This sent when we release the mouse left button. And for example, there's WM button double click, sent when mouse double click it, when we do double click with our mouse. So this WM mouse move, sent when we move the mouse. Key up, WM key up, sent when we release a keyboard key. For example, if I press C or V or F4, F1, so this message sent. Key down, so that's key up and that's key down. This sent when we press keyboard key. Here there is an important thing. When we use window message, like for example, window message key up, here this just say that some keyboard key was released. To know exactly which key was released, we use the message extended parameters using a wParam and lParam. So see the example, this example below. So here notice that here we have, that's the window, our window, and that's the message, and that's wParam, the extended parameter, and the second extended parameter, lParam. So let's see this. So let me just show you something, so just to understand how the messages works. Okay. So here, for example, if I use, so if this message here, if this message uMsg equal, so equal this message, window message, for example, let's just show a message box. So that's now, we just say something here. For example, a key pressed. Let's compile. So here that means that when I get this message, I just see a message box. Okay. Let's for example press each, so I see this message. I keep pressing. Let's now, because I sent more than just one message. Okay, it sends a lot of messages when just I press one key. Okay, so here that's mean that when I find this message equal a key up, I see this message. That's how to get the messages sent using this function DispatchMessage with the window proc. I check when I find that that's a key up, I just see this message. Okay, so that's just a simple example. Let's for example see the other thing. For example, when mouse move, let's change it. A mouse moved. Let's compile. So here when I move my mouse, there is nothing, because that just belongs to the window. I must move my mouse inside my window. Okay, here also that's not related to the window. Okay, because that's not the client area, so we must move our mouse here. So here I get these messages, all of these messages, because until now I moving my mouse. Okay, and in each time when I move my mouse, I get this message. So let's erase this. An important thing when we use the window message, like for example key up, when I release a keyboard button, here this message just say that some keyboard was released, any keyboard button released. To know exactly which key was released, we use the message extended parameters using wParam and lParam. So for example here, so notice here that there is thousands of messages. Here for example, those are the keyboard messages, and here are the mouse messages. Okay. For example, here when we read the documentation, we say here we find that the parameters wParam, the wParam sent with the message WMK up. That means that here when we find that this message equal WMK up, what we find in wParam, we find a virtual key code of the non-system key. Okay, so those are the virtual key codes. So for example, this when I press back button, this is the virtual key when I press tab key. That's clear, that's return, and everything is here. Okay, so let's for example, so that's an example. Let's for example, to destroy the application, to finish our application, you only need to finish the window main loop. So to finish this application, we just want to finish this loop. That means we want to make this variable here equal false. Okay. For example, if we want to destroy the application, when we press F4, so I want to, when I press F4, the application finished and the window destroyed. We first declare this variable here, let's declare it globally. Okay, let's declare it globally here. So it's initially equal true. Okay, and we make it as a condition of the main loop. Okay, and so notice that I want to finish this loop when I press F4, the key F4. And we make this variable as application main loop condition. So when we make this variable equal false, we stop the application. Now in the function window proc, we will write this code here. So here we just put this code. What's mean this code here? So I check if the message is a key up when I press and release, when I release a key. So and I enter in this block. Okay. So here I check the wParam sent with this message. I check if this wParam is equal the virtual key of F4, which is VK underscore V4. So I make this variable, this global variable, equal false. When it is false, so that's mean that the condition of the main loop of the application is false. So I just return 0 and I stop the application. So let's save and run. So let's now press F4. So the application stopped. Okay. So notice that you can download this code. You don't need to write anything. Also, you will find the link to this and these pages in the descriptions below. So that's the fourth video of this playlist of Direct2d C++ programming. In the next video, we will go directly to Direct2d. We will start to draw in our window. Notice that. So here, that's my project. So I go here. So that's my application. Okay, that's my application. When I press F4, it destroyed. Okay. So that's it for this video. I hope that you find it useful for you, and see you soon.